What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 12 of the Kevin Show. Luckily, I don't have to say all that weird bullshit at the beginning, the disclaimer stuff. It's actually right here in front of you. So, you know what? Look on your screen, you can say it, and if you get asked heard about anything we talk about, too bad. So, anyways, to the show.
Go.
Uh, and you uploaded another rant, which, I mean, was well anticipated by quite a few people, including myself.
Yeah, it pretty much was a must-do type thing, really, I felt like.
And really, there's a lot of events that led up to it this time, too.
I agree, yeah, there definitely was a few things that led up to it, and a few past things that were not necessarily lingering, but had definitely been on my mind recently.
Yeah, and for once, guys, he's sick and I'm not. So that's why
Yeah,
it sounds kind of stuffy. Sorry, I had to bring that up.
yeah, it'll be alright. We'll get through this, I hope.
It's ironic that last time we talked, I was sick and you wasn't.
You wasn't. I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't.
Wait, I was sick and you wasn't. Wait, what did I say?
You said you wasn't.
Oh, well, sorry, I haven't slept in a couple days.
It's all good. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, I am too. My bed's sitting right there. Like, tell me, join me, join the
Yeah,
party.
that's why I decided probably earlier would be better for the interview.
So yeah, over in your rant, you covered a wide variety of topics, and you even mentioned names including Adam Bishop and Ben Hitachi.
Yep, those are one of a few names that I was able to get out before the video ended up cutting me off.
How much longer was there to go?
I think it stopped at 22 and a half minutes, and it had at least another five probably to go.
Mm. Yeah, that definitely. I was kind of disappointed when it cut off. I wanted to hear the rest, but
Yeah, there wasn't too much more really left out there to say, but there there definitely was a few more things that I added in the description just to kind of round things out.
yeah. Of course, you had this deal that went really wrong with Ben. If you want to explain that a little bit.
Yeah, I had some stuff that I purchased from Sean on Instagram,
MEH.
and that, and it was like first gear and got dump truck bodies or the dump beds, excuse me. Two mass excavator buckets, a service truck, an Oshkosh dump truck, and two Oshkosh dump beds. And Ben only wanted the dump beds and the buckets and the service truck. And but there's also a belt truck in there also. Just there was nothing on it, just cab. Um, and he wanted the dump bodies and he wanted buckets and the service truck. And I I told him that I'd prefer everything to him, and we ended up coming to an agreement where I would only sell him the the dump beds and everything I just listed. And it turned out he ended up taking him a week to get any kind of a reply or anything from him, and then from that point it turned into him wanting everything that I was mentioning initially, all of the trucks and everything. We were going to do that, and then it took another week for him to finally get me any sort of payment. And then after he gave me the payment, I I was getting ready to, I asked him what his address was and so on and so forth. And after that, it just turned into him essentially trying to back out of the deal after he had already sent the money and everything, and he wanted to just get like, $15. It was initially going to be worth like $30 altogether, and it ended up he wanted to spend like $15, and so I was just like, if you don't want to get all of the stuff that I'm trying to give you for a pretty decent deal, then I'm not going to sell it to you. And then he ended up calling me a bitch and just a whole bunch of other shit, and I ended up refunding his money and never ended up sending him anything. And ever since then, I've blocked him on Instagram, and he's tried emailing me and getting other people, asking them to get me to unblock him on Instagram. And the sad thing is that I'm not the only person that's had issues with him, unfortunately.
It seems like there's quite a few people that's had issues with him. I'm reading the comments on the video. There's 38 comments on him. Of course, a lot of them are from Ben, but you even got Sal to comment, which is quite impressive. Even Adam commented. But when he's talking about, he's wanting not to call the deal off after you already got the money, I was going to make a really poorly timed hooker and AIDS joke.
Oh God.
I was about to say, you pay a hooker for her services, then you get AIDS, and then you want to give her AIDS back. I mean, it's just not going to happen. I mean, you already got him, you're fucked. Literally and figuratively, might I say.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I just want to know.
So.
I guess I'm the hooker, and I guess Ben's the AIDS. I don't know.
Oh boy. So.
I don't know who. I don't know who has the AIDS, but
Uh,
not me.
Mitch, R. Mitchell, there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry, we love Mitch. Mitch is Ziggy.
But
If you guys didn't know, Ziggy.
but in Ben's rant video that he put out, he basically he apparently didn't listen to anything that I said in my video. I mean, um, at no point have I've never tried to degrade anybody, or I've never tried picking on Ben. Um, I mean, he said quite a few very untrue things, which a lot of people picked up on, thankfully. And and towards the end of his video, you could hear in his voice he was getting pretty upset. And I mean, I I feel like most of that is mostly becoming just because he really is just making most of this up, and it it's really just kind of sad. I mean, it's sad that he's willing to do the things that he does, and then he wants to actually making fun of me, and then try to make me look bad, and then ends up making himself look even worse. Getting quite upset and ending up saying more ridiculous things through social media.
And really, I mean, Sal said it, though, in his unboxing video, which was a dream come true for me, by the way, that he just doesn't post because there's just so much bullshit going on. And here's his comment on your video. Actually, Instagram was good until the followers got to everyone's head. It's a fight of who knows more. Barely even go on. If I do, it's to post something super cool. Log in and log right off.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's from the guy who essentially started the YouTube community. The guy that made uploading heavy equipment and models on YouTube look cool.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that speaks volumes there. So, but I mean, I think I don't know. There's a lot to say about the events of the last couple of days, and many people say the Instagram community is falling apart. Some people say the entire community is falling apart, but the my thought on that is that the community will still be alive even if there's just one person left. You gave the definition for community in your rant video, and that was actually really awesome that you did that. That actually added to it. And the fact that
I'm glad that you feel that way.
and the fact that you're making kids break out the dictionary for the other term, which I forgot what it was at the point. Yeah. By the way, kids, dictionary.com is not a real dictionary.
No, it is not.
It doesn't beat the old Merriam-Webster dictionaries that we had to cart around in grade school.
Exactly.
You see, we didn't have computers back then. We had bricks. And we used to build towers with those dictionaries because they were like Legos, essentially.
Somewhat.
To an extent. They just didn't interlock.
On the
But,
sides, they do. Sort of.
kinda, yeah. Yeah, on the sides. But, I mean, my thought is, though, that there's still going to be a community, even though there's only one person left. And I'm not going to let this affect, how I upload stuff and, when I'm going to upload stuff. Because
Exactly.
I do what I do. I still would upload if I got 10 followers or 10,000 followers.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons that I've mentioned it through a lot of other videos and other milestones through the somewhat through the YouTube page, but mostly through the Instagram page. Whenever I first started, I never really pictured myself crossing 800 or 1,000 or 1,500 followers, much less pushing 8,800 followers. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of people that are really truly interested in what we do, and I mean, it just really sucks that there's people out there that want to try to ruin it for everybody, because there is a very big crowd of people that are interested in what we do. I mean, obviously there's a lot of haters at the same exact time, but there's not too many hobbies that you have where, I mean, because you mean there's thousands of other hobbies out there, but there's very few, I feel like, that have such a broad range of ages within it like ours does. I mean, there's people that are 10 years old, I guess you could say, all the way up to 60, 70 plus that collect these things. And I mean, it's really been in the past a really really cool thing to see a community of so strong and kind and so forth.
Really, there still is a community, but right now it's broken up into factions, it seems. I mean,
I agree.
you got the younger kids, then you got, people like us that have been around for a while, and then you got the guys like 30 and up.
Right.
I hate to say it, but Kev, I'm sorry, but you're in the old man's group.
It's all right.
My esteemed co-host. Since when has he ever co-hosted one of these shows, anyways?
I don't know. That's a very good question. Now that you mention it.
Oh well, I know he's been busy at work, so that's probably why you haven't heard much of Cat Mac on here. He's been trying to make money and support his family. By that family, I mean his wife and his dog and his
Model.
many, yes, his models. And he just got a D2 dozer too, or not dozer, a D2 long track.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to go with his D4, he bought this for his wife.
Oh man, they're both gonna go tracking around the woods.
This is gonna be funny. I knew this was gonna happen eventually. That once he gets one, he's gotta get a fun size one.
One for the baby whenever it comes.
I feel like a D.5.
Hell yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be interesting. But there's many different views in the community, though. Really, I mean, you got the guys who really want to trade and sell everything, and they're probably the most annoying to me. Like, by God, kind of figure out that none of my models are for sale or for trade unless I sort of specifically say they are, right?
Right, exactly. I mean, I don't know why anybody would get the idea that, you posting or me posting a picture of a model, posed up in a diorama or posed up with other models. I don't know why anybody would ever think that that's a sign for, for sale. It doesn't make any sense.
Now this one actually gets me. If you go on my Instagram and you go to the pictures that I'm tagged in, the first one that comes up is the picture of the Mac dump truck, right?
Okay.
Somebody reposted it. If you go on their profile, it's all women. It's like my picture is surrounded all by boobs and asses.
That's okay.
And here's the funny thing: in the picture, there's a 6-year-old dude that wears coveralls all the time, aka Tim, the IT-28 operator. So I guess there's some sex appeal to a 60-year-old wheel loader operator these days.
Sounds like it.
I don't think he'll be the most appreciative of a porno page reposting him.
I don't think so either, to be honest.
Luckily, he doesn't have an Instagram, even though his son does. Speaking of
That's
the
hilarious.
speaking of the roundabout side, Google Earth finally updated. I got to see what it looks like finished, and I posted that picture a day or so ago, and holy crap, 92 likes. I expected like 60, but not that many. Thanks, guys. And holy crap, it's changed.
Oh yeah, it did.
And I get to look at it, and I get to say that I actually helped sort of put it together, and that's something special.
Hell yeah, it is.
And I had a little part in it. Not much, but I had a little bit of a part.
Every little bit counts, man.
I'm still pissed off about my driveway. Because it's half asphalt, half cement. It looks like Steve Urkel, for Christ's sake. No, I'm being serious. It looks like Steve Urkel. Like, with the pants, chest, and all that. Yeah, it's strange how my driveway. But here's one of the untold stories. So E&B Paving, they did the curbing and all that, right? So
Uh-huh.
pretty much, and I'm going to get to the red top in a minute. I'm pretty much, they poured cement. It's set up already, but not too much. It's still so you can beat it and it'll easily fall apart.
Yeah.
I hold my car in the driveway and I scratch the fiberglass trail. Right?
Yeah.
My God, I've never so and asked Brandon Holiday. Take literally beating the shit out of the curb. So the town project had, after the project's finished, and he goes, "By the way, your driveway is about 6 feet wider than it should be."
That sounds great.
So you know what? I'm happy. 6 foot, plenty.
Uh,
So if you don't like it, modify it yourself. Just do it while the cement's still somewhat wet.
yeah, we do.
Yeah. Of course, I couldn't pull it off anymore since there's step why fat ass out let actually walk. I
I hate walking.
yeah, I don't. It's just that I don't want to do it. I don't want to. I have to buy to get pictures of 345s and all that working that one day. So I felt a lot thinner after that. And then I peed out on God, it's not Subway. It was like a pizza place, buffalo chicken sub.
It happens.
It's the best sub I've ever tasted before. But anyways, back on the rant topic. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of issues within the community, and there will always be issues with the community because we got so many different types of personalities here. We got the country guys, then we got guys like us that like to listen to screamo punk music.
Oh,
Um, Kill Switch Engage, for example. So, which, I mean, when I mentioned that before the show, he like lit up and he was like, "Yeah, exactly. Now you know what I'm fucking talking about."
yeah. I'm ready to hear that shit for the intro for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to try to figure that out because I have it downloaded on my phone, so there shouldn't be copyright infringement because I did buy it. So
Screw the feds.
fuck the feds; they can't do anything. They're just Democrats.
Oh well.
I'm not going to politics on this one. I had enough political talk in school today, so
Yeah, we'll save that for another show.
yeah. We watched the Finding Dory preview.
Finding Dory?
Yeah, the Finding Nemo sequel.
Hell yeah.
It's just pretty much Finding Nemo, but with Dory.
I didn't even know that that existed.
Oh, it exists. Uh, yeah, she ends up in a fishbowl in a dentist's office. How familiar does that sound?
Not very.
Did you ever watch
But
Finding Nemo?
no, I did watch that,
Yeah,
but
Finding Dory comes out next year.
oh god.
You know what else comes out next year?
A lot of new diecast masters pieces.
True that, and also the Model News Network.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna do it up big.
I'm gonna try. Uh, I hate to say this, but I'm actually gonna get in front of the camera for once.
Oh
So
yeah,
I tried it; it did not work that well, I might say.
it happens.
One time I said "damn" in the wrong spot, and then I just said "fuck it," and I just started going ape shit, and eventually. And then one, just started laughing spontaneously because my girlfriend's just sitting there operating the camera, and then she's making me laugh, and I'm like, "Fucking turn around, turn the, press the button and turn the fuck around."
I know
So
what you mean.
after 56 takes, and it literally was 56, I just said, "Fuck it, I'm done." I gave up so fast after that.
Yeah, I can tell after all the fucks and damn it
Shits.
and shits. Yeah.
And turn the fuck around. I had it perfect too because what I wanted to do is be sure to check out Mall News 101. Like, now, pause the video. Fucking pause the video. Why the fuck are you still watching the video? Go pause the video and go to modelnews101.com.
Do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had that perfect, and I had it literally down to a simple science, and then I just gave up. And then, and then one time, all of a sudden, my girlfriend's just sitting there. She's bored, and then she plugged her headphones in, but not really. And then she started watching those annoying John Cena vines.
Oh god.
So all of a sudden, I'm talking, and all of a sudden, you hear that annoying little siren thingy music in the background. And then I'm just standing there in front of the camera with my eyes turned towards her for like 5 minutes, like, I can hear you. So, I need to find a new camera person.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But the closest Malta News person is or actually Nico in Chicago. So, and that's another thing. I was actually made episode 12 last night. I just didn't like it because of I don't know. The first two episodes of the Kevin Show were really good because I was by myself. And I did really well for by myself for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But I just can't do it anymore. It seems. And one thing I said is there's two different types of collectors. There's those serious collectors, and then there's the fair weather collectors who are just there just to cause shit. And one perfect example, Cole Carpenter, as a fair weather collector.
Exactly.
I mean, he doesn't even have a collection anymore. He sold it,
Exactly.
and he
I
has
know.
no intention of getting back into it.
Yep, I know exactly what you mean.
He's just there to cause shit.
Yeah, he just likes to get into people's stuff and make other people feel bad about their shit and stuff like that.
I know he's went on some people's girlfriend's Facebook and like, hey, do you know that your boyfriend collects toys?
Yeah, I've heard of that as well.
We're not gonna release the people's names for their own purposes.
exactly.
But anyways, yeah, it's really fucking rude when you do that. Like
It's
ridiculous.
really ridiculous.
Yeah. Of course, then there's Adam Bishop, who is a really good customizer. So I'll let you tell that story.
Yeah, I mean, I I got a cat 325L, and I also received a grapple for it from Diecast Construction page, and I put the I put the grapple on the excavator and posted it up on my page, and he basically commented saying that I had put it on incorrectly and that I had put it on backwards essentially, and I didn't comment back trying to be rude or anything, and I told him that the way that I had put it on wasn't the common way that it was typically installed, but it was one of the few ways that it sometimes is installed. And after that, it basically just turned into him uh, basically calling me stupid, and then from there, it just it turned into him trying to prove himself right whenever he had been proven wrong by myself and other people at that point. And it even had gotten to the point where he claimed they had to ask somebody else about some point that he had made that wasn't even a true, or it's not even common sense wise. It's not even a good point that he and after that, I mean, uh, I I don't know. I don't think anybody would want to really, especially somebody like himself that does customize models and so forth. I don't know why um, he would be so uneducated to the point where he would want to, act like he was so much smarter, and then, want to get into an argument with me over that kind of stuff. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and then his friend over the average diecast joined in.
I never saw him on any of my posts. He might have posted something on Adam's page, but
And for you guys that don't know, his name is not really Colin, it's Stuart Shortreed. FY fucking I. So,
truth be told.
and Stuart's one of the few people that I just don't like. So, Stuart, I hope you're not listening. Wow, when have I ever said that? But if you are, go fuck yourself. Everybody else, you're fine.
Mostly.
Mm, I I've always said that, I have respect for everybody until they give me a reason not to.
Yeah.
And that still remains true. You know,
Yeah.
very
It's
very few people have given me a reason not to. EJH, one of them, to be honest. You
I
know,
mean, it all really depends.
yeah,
I
but
don't understand why a lot of people would even waste their time, you know, being in the community and, looking into most people's profiles. And I don't know, and realize people like the coal carpenters and other people seem to be so, favorite, they have their favorites that they'll comment on and, act like they're all still cool with, the diecast community, and then 2 minutes later you'll see something else where they comment something horrible on somebody else's pictures. It's just a double standard.
yeah, and then I'm still going through the comments on the video, and then there's the Bob and Tom Bowser. Did he tell you to go kill yourself or something?
No, no, he's just I don't even know.
Let me pull it up here.
He's something else. He's like a 14-year-old kid that also likes to run his mouth a lot.
Andy
He
has
doesn't.
Andy has 3 fingers on one hand now.
I was not aware of that, but
Yep, he cut 2 of his fingers off.
did he really?
Yeah, he sent me pictures. They're disturbing, but he sent me pictures.
That's so sketchy.
Ugh. He sent me while I was eating too.
Wow, what a loser.
I was eating spaghetti too, which you should never do when someone sends you a picture of their 2 of their fingers missing. Cause you have like that feeling that they're not in there, but you just like think they are. I don't know how he lost them, but he did. Uh,
Who knows?
there's still a lot of cool people, but there's also a lot of guys I don't know that comment on there, like K Dog 2709, PA Diecast Construction. Of course, some of the comments, lies, 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 keep up the lies, Kale from Ben. Uh, it's definitely interesting how like all this stuff gets showcased. Everybody's eyes get turned towards this one thing, and then when I was actually out with my girlfriend when I get a notification saying Benetachi uploaded a little rant or a small rant on the YouTube notification thing, right? And
Yeah.
I was just sitting there in my car seat like, oh fuck, it's on.
Oh yeah, it was.
Because actually, right after I listened to the rant, I asked you if you wanted to do this because I knew there was going to be still something to be said. I didn't expect Instagram to pretty much destroy itself in DM tonight, which it did. Ask Patrick Crocker, aka Diecast Construction Page, who will be on here next episode or episode after that. And I know he has a lot to say. He was fired
Yeah,
up
I
after
can't
the
wait to
night.
hear that.
He says it's gonna be 3 hours, and last time I did 3 hours, I had no voice for a couple days. So, and that was an enjoyable episode with Tyler Heavy Hauler. But
Yeah.
there's something I want to say though. There is that stereotype that the Canadian collectors out there are all selfish assholes.
It appears that a lot of them definitely can be for sure.
I mean, your video you mentioned Hayden.
Yeah. Yeah, he I guess he just thinks he's some big bad tough guy that can just boss people around or something like that. But I don't know. He he just he just basically I commented on one of his pictures or a post somewhere else. It wasn't even his post, I don't think. And I made a joke. It was pretty obvious that it was a joke. And I get on my Snapchat like either the same day or the day after, and I get this message saying, what the hell? Who the hell do you think you are? If you got some shit to say, you can say it to me, not comment and make me look like an idiot on Instagram or something like that. And, I mean, for the comment that he left and the joke that I left, I mean, it really wasn't that big of a deal, but for some reason or another, he just wanted to turn it into this whole ordeal. And after I just replied, I'm like, are you kidding me? And then he wants to just keep blowing it up a little bit. And then after I blocked him on Instagram and other things, he wants to back down then. And oh man, I didn't want to start anything. It's like, well, 5 minutes ago you wanted to start something, so it's
And,
funny.
and I just finished it by blocking your ass, right?
Yeah, exactly. So there's a few easy ways to take care of problems like that.
And here's some more of the list of troublesome Canadians. It seems not all Canadians are bad though. We're not saying that at all. It seems like that there's that stereotype though that if you're Canadian you're going to cause trouble in the community, which isn't true. There are still some good ones out there. For here's some of the bad ones though: Stuart Shortry, Cole Carpenter, Tom Well, Tom, that's an interesting one. Because once you get to know him, he's not that bad.
I don't typically prefer to think about getting to know him ever, so
Let's see here. Let's see,
me.
historical, hidden. Hmm. Of course, yeah, here's an interesting one. Quite a few people hate Pushy Six.
Yeah, there's definitely a few people that do.
Of course,
That
obviously he has his legions and legions of loyal fans.
oh yeah, definitely. There
But
definitely is quite a few.
yeah, but I don't hate him. He owes me a hat, but I don't hate him. I got nothing against him. Just I want my hat. But I'm not in a big rush for that. I got plenty of hats. I guess I don't need them because I just got a haircut. Sadly, I can't pull off the slick back anymore. Sad. But
Yeah.
it's bound to happen eventually though, because it started to look like I was getting a mullet,
Oh yeah.
and I don't want to look like I'm my mom from the '80s. So that's when it's time to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi to my mom at home.
Do what now?
Hi to my mom at home, and her
Oh.
what was her '80s mullet from back in the '80s. Oh God. Ugh. But anyways, definitely there's a lot that you said in there. There's a lot that people can take from it. I still found it like when I was watching the unboxing video from Sal one more time because I still couldn't believe it. That was an advertisement. I still couldn't believe it, and then I just looked at the comments and I seen yours there. I was like, I wonder if he actually commented, and then I sort of got engaged in the comments. And almost as soon as I started looking at the comments, my Instagram DM starts blowing up with, "Shut the fuck up, motherfucker! No, how about you? How about you stop trashing your models, you fat fuck?" And then stuff like that. It's just like, Jesus fucking Christ. I asked for one night where I can just, get something to eat with my girlfriend, drop her off, go home, go to sleep, and then wake up and do an interview. Is that too much to ask for?
Typically not.
My phone is finally down to temperature where it should be. Finally. But still so psyched about the 365 though. If
Oh
it
yeah, I
if it
don't blame you.
if it's anything like I imagine it to be, it's gonna be phenomenal, and it's gonna be given away during the 24-hour show too.
Definitely gonna try to participate in that for sure.
You know what? I was about to say this is what North Scout model Tommy might not have, even
Do
though
what now?
this might be one North Scout model that Tommy might not have. Well, I mean, if he does enter, he does have a one in however many chance of winning, but you
Yeah,
know,
it does.
if he enters, of course. But I'm hoping he will.
Yeah,
But
hopefully he'll make an appearance.
yeah, that's definitely gonna be awesome. There's gonna be a lot of appearances there. I know 328's gonna be there, or at least so he says he is. I hope he is. That's gonna bring a little bit of life to it.
Yeah, definitely will.
But it's still gonna be really interesting though how this turns out. Though I'm really excited for it. We've been working on it since last July.
Oh yeah,
That's a long time.
that is definitely a long time.
It's been about what? Fuck you, Facebook Messenger. Sometimes I don't want to say get asked stupid questions, but I get asked. Well, what's the word I'm looking for? Stupid questions.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know why, but someone said a while back that since I've started doing these model news episodes regularly, I've had a lot of influence, and I don't want to believe that. But ever since I have started them, my Facebook Messenger, my text messages, my Snapchat, everything's been going fucking nuts. Like literally at 6 o'clock in the morning. My phone's my alarm clock instead of my actual alarm clock.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. It's definitely could get pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, I just sort of threw my phone in a closet and just like it is at probably about 4:30 in the morning too. I'll reply back, but when I'm awake, not when I'm trying to get my last couple minutes of sleep.
Exactly.
Because I don't want to fall asleep on the drive to school or any of that.
I will be right back. Just hold on for me.
Yeah, so while he's gone, might as well, you know. But 365, it will be painted silver by Sal himself, and I'm really excited for it. Um, I think he's going to be doing a video series on it. I don't know, but it will be given away during the Mona's 24-hour live stream, which is December 19th through 20th, and it starts at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And so yeah, and you have basically 23 hours. You from the time the live stream starts till 1 hour to go. We will actually accept entries, but here's the thing: with at 2 p.m. on Sunday, we will no longer accept them. We'll get all the names written down, and I'll appear in front of camera, and I will actually draw the names, or I'll draw the name out of the hat, as well as the names of the people that won the special edition white Model News T-shirts that I just ordered. Actually, also guys, go check out modelnews101.com. It's where all you can find all the latest news, and they're even doing reviews now and stuff like that. And there's a lot of cool stuff on there, and we update it daily. Or at least I do when I should be doing stuff in school. But school, man. So I'd rather be doing stuff with this than that. So, and also, guys, use hashtag Road to 24 on Instagram. So if we get enough people really to do this, I will actually uh, give away a T-shirt to a random person who uses the hashtag. So a little bit of motivation to use it, but we are on the official road to the 24-hour live stream, and it starts about an hour's time once Veterans Day is over. Of course, that's when we're recording this. We've used the green logos. Thanks, Joe, for creating that. So now we're going to switch over to the white logos because that's going to be the official 24-hour logo style. So again, use hashtag Road to 24 on Instagram for you know to pretty much enter in the T-shirt giveaway that'll be randomized. Like literally, I'll scroll through some things with my eyes blindfolded. I'll pick a random post, and then whoever I pick will win.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So pretty much as random as it gets.
That's the way we got to do it. Keep it fair.
Yeah, I mean blindfolded Instagram selecting. I don't think that's
That
been
sounds good.
I don't think that's been done before, but yeah, that's gonna be one of the 7 shirts, Model News white shirts that will ever be created. Ever. And by the way, modelnews101.com and all that will not be on there. It's just the Model News logo in white. And they're nice t shirts too.
Nothing but the best.
Yeah, you was really rocking them in that video.
Heck yeah, man. I should definitely start rocking it more often for sure.
I rock one every day, it seems.
Yeah, I mean you got enough that you can for sure.
I got 2. Well, 3.
Well, that works.
The pink one's back in the closet where it belongs. That sounded wrong, but it's
Ah,
it's hung up till next October.
that's better.
Yeah, there. It does sound a lot better. The pink one went right back in the closet where it belongs. Certainly. Uh, someone's gonna take that way out of context, which is probably one of the main issues. People take things way out of context.
I agree.
Um, and also, some people can't take a little bit of a joke. They get ass hurt over the simplest things, but
I agree. I couldn't agree much more, to be honest with you.
and honestly, like some of the older people that have been collecting for quite some time. I mean, there's some people that are just plain rude to some of the younger people. I know guys like you and me. We give the younger people chances.
Right, and that's been something I've definitely been big on is trying to give people. as many chances as possible. I mean, just the other night, in fact, I had somebody trying to sell me 4 or 5 models, or 3 or 4, or something like that, and I asked him how much he wanted for him, and I was interested initially, but I was losing interest and told him I didn't want to buy him anymore, and he kept on asking if I would buy him for less money, and I kept saying no, 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 and then that turned into basically me getting asked if I would basically post up the picture of all the models on my page and try to help him sell them. And that was definitely not going to happen. And then it turned into him getting somebody else to post it, and then he wanted to tag me in that post, and just it was just ridiculous.
Well, I mean, you could have gotten your advertising fee right there.
Yeah, but that's just too much. That's just too much.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, you sell something for me, you get your cut, right?
That's the way it would work and should work. Absolutely, but
But that's what eBay is for.
right, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of other ways to get that kind of stuff done for sure that don't involve me.
Yeah, or me. I don't do shoutouts unless they're like friends of mine. Um,
Right, exactly.
and I
Unless
do.
it's deserved.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing I'm big on. You know, if you deserve it, you know, you'll get everything you deserve. So, you know,
Exactly.
yeah. So if you get everything you deserve, if you know, you'll get everything you deserve as long as you're respectful about it, right?
Exactly. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, if you're nice, you know, I'll be glad to be nice back. If you're an asshole, you know, don't be surprised if you get the block.
Yeah, that's basically what my policy is turning into now.
Yeah, of course. I have had my moments of humor on my Facebook page though. I'll be glad to, you know, entertain, which is pretty much what I do here.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely times on, even on Instagram for me, where I try to, put it in some humor as much as I can myself, so it definitely helps.
I mean, I posted a picture of a porta shitter with a pig's head on it.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, you know, I want to be the funny guys just as long as you don't piss me off.
Right, and I mean, 9 times out of 10, it seems like most people are pretty respectful and, you know, somewhat have some decency to them, but the few people that don't really seem to ruin it for a lot of us, sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Um, but it was fun. Really a lot said, pretty much needed to be said. You know, be respectful towards everybody else, and you'll get that back. Is essentially the point.
Exactly, exactly, and
You know, be nice, and you'll be God, and people will be nice to you there.
exactly,
So
exactly.
that's how that works. So you know, just keep that in mind. And guys, I just ask one thing: that you just stop the fucking fighting. Like, Jesus Christ, you guys are
Exactly.
fighting over something useless. You know, you guys are fighting over diecast models.
Exactly, and that's one last thing before we close this out. That's one thing I mentioned in the rant video. I mean, there's a lot of other hobbies that people that uh, a lot of other hobbies that could be doing that are a lot bigger and a lot more accepting of people that want to fight and argue and stuff like that. And if that's what a lot of people want to do, then maybe they should go and look into those other hobbies. But this has been a community full of kind, courteous people that have respect, and if people can't provide that back, then there's no need for them to even really try to stick around, in my opinion. So that's just
Yeah,
my last little 2 cents there.
yeah, definitely. I agree 100%. And really, my indie shows is, gives people, like a theme program to listen to, because there isn't really any theme construction programs out there.
Exactly.
So that's really my motivation behind doing this, is get something that, is pretty much the theme of it and of what they have a passion for, and that's pretty much what this is.
Exactly. I
Oh,
mean, if you're not passionate about this stuff, there's no need for you to even be in it because it is an expensive hobby and it's time consuming and everything. And if it's not something that you truly love, then it's probably not something that you're gonna want to or ever end up sticking around at.
yeah, and one thing real fast. A new news page popped up on Instagram, Miniature Construction News. Welcome to the jungle, my friend. Nah, seriously, welcome to Instagram, man. Hopefully you enjoy it. Look at the news thing, man. It's more difficult than it looks. Hashtag welcome challenges. I guess
Yeah.
that works. It's we've virtually ran without any competition for a long time, so
Well, at least you know that you've been, I guess, a groundbreaker in that arena, so to speak. So
yeah.
props to you for that.
I'm just a guy that likes to talk.
And that's all right.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people that like to listen.
yeah, definitely. I've seen that. I've seen some of the people that's been on the show, specifically 320 DLRR, that got really excited when he got to be on, and that's what makes you feel good at night.
Exactly, I totally agree.
Is knowing that you made a guy's day, you made him feel really good.
Exactly, and it's really not a hard thing to do. And whenever you do it, it's definitely a really satisfying thing.
Yeah, so definitely, I think that's where we will end it off. But there probably will be another part to this, right?
There probably will end up being, yeah.
Of course, I know Patrick. He has some things to say, so I'm definitely
Yeah.
anxiously awaiting what this is going to turn out to be. So, anyways,
Yeah.
guys, that's it for episode 12. I'm Kevin,
And this is Kale, Diecast Construction Expert.
and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, guys.